Hey, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. It's been a month since we've seen you, and a lot has happened in the last month.
Sure has.
We are finishing up a little film that we've been working on for a while. Can't wait to show it to you. We are so in the final stretch, and we're working on credits right now. That's how close we are to finishing.
Credits.
I'm working on the credits.
Yep.
So anyway, more to talk about with that. We'll talk about that during today during our live stream. But we've got a great live stream today. As many of you know, we had a horrible hurricane that came through last week, Hurricane Helene, and has really wreaked a lot of damage throughout the southeastern United States, especially up in the mountains of North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. And so we want to kind of help out, do our part. So today I'm going to be creating an image that we will create a printout of, and 100% of our profits out of that sale of that print will go to the American Red Cross, which is a great organization they've got boots on the ground and they're helping people out. And so if you want to be involved and help people out that are in need and get a nice print out of it, or at least I hope I get a good print out of it.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure's on now. You got to do a good
Pressure's
job.
on. I got a blank image in front of me, but that's what we're going to do today. And I'm really happy that you guys are here for the ride. But before we get into all that, as usual, I've got my compadres with me. I've got Dustin Blaise on my right, Nick Birch on my left. And they're going to tell you about what's going on with the website.
Yeah, so beyond just this print, of which 100% of the proceeds or the profits will go to the American Red Cross, we're actually going to do a portion of all sales on Creature Art Teacher this weekend are going to go to the American Red Cross. So you can pick up any course and enjoy learning and also know that you're helping a good cause. Speaking of which, we've got 4 courses on our website, which I believe are on the screen right now, that are just $1 each. And so a portion of those sales is going to go directly to the American Red Cross. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, there's a donate button right below this live stream. And we also added it to a bunch of our recent videos that we've posted. So you can donate directly to the Red Cross if you prefer, or right now there's a QR code you can scan and donate directly to the Red Cross. We'll dive into more on the sales in a bit, but let's just go ahead and get jamming, huh?
Jam on it. Just jam on it. Let's
We don't have
see.
your desktop. What's going on?
There we go. Oh, no desktop. Oh, you might have to turn it off and turn it back on again.
Go to the face cam.
We're doing the desktop, and I'm gonna kill time this way. So, let's see here. I am doing a leopard today, a leopard, and this image, once we find it, this image is actually directly right out of Dustin's. Is it Africa reference pack? The Africa reference pack. There we go. But we, I want to go back to the relief thing too, really quick while we're pulling up the desktop. Hey, look at there. Wrong camera.
There it is.
That's funny. A long time ago when I was young, when I was in high school, we had a huge disaster come through our community. We had a big forest fire come through. So when I was 17. And it burned our house down. And we had no insurance. And so I was literally, my family, we literally were homeless with just the clothes on our backs. We weren't able to get anything out of our house. And it was the community coming together that raised money for us. They donated clothes. They did a whole bunch of stuff that helped get us back on our feet again. And I'll never forget that. And so anytime we have an opportunity that we can help, I really want to do it. It really helped us. I remember my father, he was working so hard. This is my stepfather that raised us. And he took such a hit. And if it hadn't been for those folks that came together in our community that helped us out, I don't know what we would have done. And so this is our chance to do a little bit of that.
And some people are saying, there might be other charities that are a little more boots on the ground. And that is true. We're just starting with the Red Cross. We might donate to other charities as well. So just
Yeah, I don't want to turn this into a big debate about what charity we should be donating to
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, of course.
But this is
it's just an effort to do our
this is
help
our
in any
chance
way
to
we
do
can.
something. So here we are.
We're doing our part.
So here's the image. This is, like I said, Dustin, this is from your Africa reference pack.
Yes, it is. It is part
So
of the extra pack.
you can actually get this image in Dustin's Africa reference pack right there on our website. But this is going to be the inspiration. I love the dappled light. I love all the dense foliage around them. But I also want this to be a lesson in how you can take a piece of reference and not be a slave to it. Because I'm going to change, the environment a little bit. I'm going to change the mood a little bit. But I definitely want to use this as my inspiration. And so that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to move this off of my desktop, put it up on my reference screen up here, which you guys can't see, but it's easier for me to work here. And there we go.
Well, what's the leopard's name? Bob.
Bob, Spot.
Spot. Spotty the leopard. How did I get here?
All right, so let's just get in here. I like to start with just a really loose sketch.
Have you seen Wild Robot yet?
No, and I went to go see it the other night, and I looked at the times to go see it, and I got there and realized that the time that I had looked at was for an RPX showing. I don't know if you guys have ever seen an RPX film, which is kind of gives you all the extra stimulus, I guess.
Oh.
It gets you wet. It sprays you with water. It jars your seat when there's a chase going on. It does all this kind of stuff that I just kind of find really annoying and distracting, and actually pulls me out of the movie experience. And so long story short, I didn't see it. So I've yet to see it yet.
Oh, by the way, I just looked that up, and it turns out you might have been wrong on that whole RPX thing. RPX is Regal's premium thing. 4DX is the motion. It's very confusing.
Don't tell me that. Really?
Yep.
Oh.
What? Yeah, so RPX is Regal's premium experience is what it stands for. It's a little bit below IMAX. It's like their branded.
Oh, so it
Fancy.
would have been like better than what I wanted to get.
Correct. Yeah,
What an idiot.
unfortunately. But it's very confusing. 4DX, RPX.
Yeah. What an idiot.
What were you thinking?
Well, that's what I was thinking.
So if it said 40X, you're correct. If it said RPX.
It said RPX.
Yeah.
So I was wrong, which is common.
Zoology question. Why do lions live shorter than lionesses? Lions on average live 8 to 10 years and lionesses live 10 to 15 in the wild.
Well, it's because they are the ones that are fighting the other males for dominance of the pride. And so once they get past their prime, they pretty much get beaten to death on average.
When drawing your cartoon characters, do you use reference or straight from memory? Any advice on this topic?
Yeah, I've got advice on it. First of all, I'll start with reference if I'm, like for Snow Bear, I started with reference looking at polar bears when I was designing the character. Once I got the design down in my head, I stopped using any kind of reference, and it lived in my head. And, it's like anything else. The more you study, the more you practice, the more you do anything, the better you'll get at it. And in that case, it was, it's understanding the anatomy and what are the things that make a polar bear a polar bear. And so that's what I did.
Have you seen Joker 2 yet?
No, Joker 2 just came out yesterday and today. I'm not really interested in seeing Joker 2, to be honest with you.
Yeah, more excited by Wild Robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one looks good.
We got some other news on the website. We've got it's Inktober. For those of you that participate every October, there's sort of this tradition of Inktober, which is to encourage people to do pen and ink drawing. And we've got a brand new pen and ink course from Tim Hodge that's out now. It's over 20 hours long. It includes over 17 videos, I believe. It's got a bunch of bonus content. Tim's a great teacher. He's done several courses on our website.
He's all right.
And it's really a fun course. He takes you through cross-hatching, stippling, drawing with fountain pens, doing digital ink, like getting the look of pen and ink and things like Procreate. It's actually a really great course. It's a lot of fun. And we also put together our officially unofficial Inktober list, prompt list. So that's up on your screen now, and you can see if you go to creatureartteacher.com, you can also get that right on the homepage. But if you screenshot the screen or pause it here, you'll be able to see those prompts for the month. And on the right hand of the screen, we've got a couple that Tim has already done for the first couple of days of the month. And we've been posting those. And actually over on our Discord server, we created a channel for it. And our members are posting like the Dickens doing these prompts. So
Did you say posting like the Dickens?
I did. I
Wow.
did. Yes. Stay tuned for other up-to-date hip phrases like that. Creature art teacher.
Creature teacher that kid.
So, for any of you that might be joining us from somewhere near Armenia, I'm going to be in about 2 weeks from now, actually, less than 2 weeks from now. I will be in Yerevan, Armenia, at the Reanimania Animation Festival. I'm going to be there with Max Howard, Kirk Wise, and many other animation people. Kirk Wise, for those of you that don't know, is the director of Beauty and the Beast, and they're going to be showing Beauty and the Beast among some other films, Disney films that have never been shown in Armenia.
I posted a link to the Reanimania Festival in the comments.
Yeah, so Armenia, that's a new country for me. I think I've been to, probably about, 26 countries. And Armenia is going to be a new one, so I'm excited about that.
Quite exciting. We got a donation of 20 euros from Anonymous to American Red Cross.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anonymous. What a great name. But
Man,
thank you so
Anonymous.
much. We really appreciate that.
I've got a question. Are you scared of bears? My dad is taking me for a bear walk. I need an advice on meeting bears I might draw, since you're a bear expert.
No, I wouldn't call myself a bear expert, but I'm not afraid of bears when I'm in control, and I respect bears, and I don't overstep my bounds with bears.
You don't go up and be like, oh, look at the cute little cubs. I want to pick one up and cuddle it.
Yeah, so obviously the key with bears is that you don't want to overstep your bounds. That's all.
Maintain a healthy distance.
Yeah.
And we here where we're at in Florida, we just happen to be in an area where there are a lot of bears. We get bears in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
In fact, there's been quite a few in my neighborhood the last couple of days, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
And
us too. As a matter of fact, we were just out a couple of days ago tracking a really big bear out in the woods behind us. Sorry, Nick.
No, I was just gonna say, the only time bears concern me is if and this is unfortunately when you live, and it's black bears usually that this problem happens because they tend to overlap with people more. If you accidentally come up on them at night or in an area where they feel cornered and you don't, that's happened where people have been walking dogs and stuff like that, and the dogs spook the bear. So you just got to be aware of your surroundings, and if you're going on a bear walk, I'm assuming it's with someone that knows what they're doing. So be safe, but just keep your wits about you.
Keep your wits about you.
Have you ever been to Australia? might have traveled to the outback regions for the production of The Rescuers Down Under.
No, when I was I've never been to Australia. That's on our big list to get to that whole part of the world we've never been to. So we've never been to Australia or New Zealand or any of that. And we're good friends with the folks over at Procreate. They're based in Tasmania, so we definitely want to get down there and visit with them and visit with all of our friends in Australia and see if we can maybe do a little workshop down there at some point. Unfortunately, I think all of our Australian friends are sleeping right now.
Another anonymous member has donated $5 American to American Red Cross.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So you can see I'm quickly, not super quickly, but I'm quickly kind of laying in the rough sketch of our leopard, trying to keep him simple. And I'm going to call it spying on, I don't know. But to me, he's looking at some possible prey off in the distance, and he's kind of hiding. We're going to have the dappled light kind of coming across him.
Again, this image is going to be made available as a print on our website. If you go to creatureartteacher.com/prints, PRINTS.
Not PRINCE.
Yeah, not what Aaron said to confuse the URL hanging. I was trying to. So creatureartteacher/prints, PRINTS. You will actually already see that there's a pre-order option for the hurricane relief print. And it's going to be signed and numbered. So we don't know how many we're going to do yet because it depends on how many people order it. But they'll be signed and numbered prints by Aaron, and 100% of the profits of those will go to hurricane relief efforts.
Purple rain, purple rain.
One of the things I love about digital art is being able to do that, what I just did. I just selected an area and moved it.
Speaking of digital, what resolution are you using for the
the image size is 18 by 24 inches, and I'm working at 300 DPI.
That's a pretty good size.
Yes, this is a very big image.
It's huge. Another anonymous has donated another $5.
Oh, thank you. Man, you guys are awesome.
V has donated $5 Canadian.
Who?
V.
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 Thank you.
Thank you, V.
Yeah, for people who don't know, the areas like Asheville, I have family that was in Asheville that's been directly impacted by the storm, and we all know a bunch of people who have.
Yeah, so, there's whole towns that are gone.
Yeah. So we all appreciate any support you can lend.
Techno Universal says also undo makes a big difference compared to traditional mediums.
Yeah.
Oh no, I made a mistake. Control Z. Meanwhile, in the oil painting, oh no, I made a mistake. I gotta paint it all over again.
I like this. I'm trying to get this flow coming up. Hey, Flo.
Komodo says, Aaron's 10-minute sketch looks better than what I try to draw in an hour. Practice, practice, practice.
So once again, you don't have to follow the reference. Like I said, I want to get this kind of flow going through here. So I'm going to change some of these plants to kind of follow the direction the body's going.
Buzzflu says, Aaron, when I am on traditional and you're on digital and I'm following along, why you gotta make my job harder when you move it like that?
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Holy moly. Another anonymous person donated $250 $50.
What?
Holy cannoli!
Thank you.
What on earth?
Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Like the Jerry Lewis telethon right here. Man, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
So speaking of courses and the prints and everything on the website, again, we mentioned this earlier, but this weekend, a portion of all sales at Creature Art Teacher are going to hurricane relief efforts. So that includes course sales, membership sales. We've got our lifetime membership. We've got everything on there, and we've got a little spot we're going to run about that. I think now's a good time. Dustin, roll it.
Hey everybody, Aaron Blaise here, and we are always trying to find ways to make our courses more affordable for you guys. And last year we took two of our most popular courses, my Character Design with Aaron Blaise and How to Draw Human Anatomy, and we made those just $1. Well, I'm very happy to let you know that we're bringing those courses back and we're dropping them back down to $1 again. Now, those courses together include over 25 hours of art education videos for just $1 each. Plus, we have 2 more class deals launching today. Getting started with Procreate Dreams is back down to $1. And now, for the first time ever, you can also get my extremely popular Acting for Animation course for just $1. Now, in my Acting for Animation course, it includes acting and emotion, broad action, subtle acting and performances, pantomime, animating to dialogue, creating strong poses and key frames, developing well-rounded characters, straight ahead versus pose-to-pose animation, breaking down a shot for maximum impact, acting and animation exercises, plus much more. You'll also get bonus material, including original animation files and character concept and art development sketches. Also, I want to remind you that our lifetime membership plan is nearly 90% sold out, and our animation mega bundle is over 90% of the way towards unlocking its next course. So don't miss any of these great chances to learn, because they won't last forever. And remember, like I always say, go on out there, put some beauty back into the world, and I'll talk to you next time.
And we're back. And we're back.
And we're black. So I'm just going through and tying this down just a touch. Oh, nice hot coffee on a hot afternoon.
Do you know what your Black Friday deals on courses are going to be? I loved your 4 for $4 course deal last year.
Not yet. But
That's a long ways off.
we are working on it. It's not that far off, actually. It's going to be here before we know.
Yeah, I know.
But
Yeah, it's only like, what, 5 or 6 weeks? Give or take?
but yeah, probably 6 maybe. Yep, seems about right.
Julia, hot coffee on a hot Florida day.
Yes. Hey, Julia. Long time no see.
Julia said, by the way, she's already into Tim Hodges' course and she's loving it.
Not to mention Erica.
Yep, we're getting a lot of really good feedback on that course.
Oh, good. Oh, Tim Hodge.
Oh, Tim. Love the behind the scenes making of Brother Bear. Do you guys plan on doing the equivalent for Snow Bear?
Well, we've done a little bit of that already. Matter of fact, Dustin just cut together a great little piece on our YouTube channel. You can see it, just showing a little bit of our process for 4 of the shots. It's the first 4 shots of the film.
Yeah, it's really neat to do that. Just basically showed all the different animated effects and all the different layers of the foregrounds and backgrounds. And then the final shot in the video is the animation showing from rough to refined and all the different stages all the way to the final.
Next week, the score is being recorded, and Nick will be out in Monterey for that.
Yep.
And he'll be recording a bunch of video of the process. And then right after that, I've got to go to Armenia, and then I'll be in Armenia for a week, and then I'm home for 2 days, and then Nick and I are back in San Francisco at Skywalker Ranch, where we're going to be doing post, final sound, and mixing all of our post work. And at the end of those 4 days or 3 days, our film will be officially in the can.
Yeah,
So it's right there. It's like right around the corner.
By Halloween, it will be done. So when you're out there trick-or-treating, you can be thinking that of us celebrating.
Yeah.
Finish Snow Bear. Eat some candy for us. Have you ever thought about making an anime?
I was just about to ask that.
An anime?
An anime?
No.
Like a Japanese animation?
I've thought about doing stuff in my own style, which I just did. No, I like anime. It's just not. It's for me. I want to do stuff that I naturally do, and so that was one of the fun things about Snow Bear is getting to create something that's 100% me, 100% my style, the way I draw, the way I paint, all of it, and it was it's something I've always wanted to do as an animation artist. It's just to create my own film. And it was nice having a business partner and a group of people that were there that allowed me to do that and helped me achieve that.
Yeah, it's been pretty awesome seeing it come together.
Mm-hmm. Just a question for fun. Do you have a lot of experience drawing reptiles, especially dragons?
No.
Seems like something you'd be good at. Your anatomy of big cats is gorgeous as well.
I've drawn dragons, and I've actually drawn dragons.
We've drawn dragons on live streams, and we've also done it for the Photoshop course, right?
I did it for the Photoshop course. I did it for my creature design course.
Did you do a dragon in? Oh yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah, well, a dragon type character.
Yeah.
You drawn
dragons.
Drawn dragons.
Same.
Drawn.
I've done drawn dragons. Twitch comment. Hey Aaron. Hey Dustin.
Hi.
What about me? Long time no see as well. Wanted to ask if you had a course on improving gesture drawing or thumbnailing for 3D animation. I want to draw more in my workflow.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter.
It's not for 3D.
It's not
but yes.
for 3D. I mean, yeah, we've got stuff like that, but you can apply it to 3D easy.
Yeah, we've actually got a course on gesture drawing from Aaron. I'll post a link in the comments. And we're very close to releasing a new course from Woody Woodman on figure drawing, where he also takes you through chapters.
Hey, Woodrow.
Takes you through chapters on gesture drawing. And again, if you order a course this weekend, including the gesture drawing course, a portion of the proceeds will go towards hurricane relief, helping those that were impacted by Hurricane Helene. Do you have a favorite Disney villain, past or modern, Aaron?
Hades is right up there.
Oh yeah.
And probably one of my favorites is Oh my gosh, what's her name?
Maleficent,
No,
Cruella.
no, from the Aztec movie.
Uh,
Yzma.
oh, Yzma. Yeah,
Freaking love Yzma.
I always loved her sidekick. Oh yeah, I got that Yzma.
Eartha Kitt was such a genius casting for her,
Oh yeah.
and it was really well directed. Mark Dindal is an amazing director.
Jenny asks, "Hey Dustin and Nick, I'm thinking about becoming a lifetime member. Is that deal still possible?"
Yes.
I believe it is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
We still have some. We're over 90% sold, but we've still got some left. And remember, if you become a lifetime member, what's really cool is you get everything on the website we've ever released, plus everything forever. And we're going to be holding an exclusive online screening event of Snow Bear in the near future, probably after the first of the year. But it's not just going to be, hey, we're going to show you the movie and that's it. It's going to be, we're doing a Snow Bear Roadshow tour where we're going to be going around to a bunch of cities and we're going to be talking about the making of. It's going to be more like a 2-hour evening with Aaron Blaise where we have behind the scenes stuff and making of stuff. So the online event for lifetime members is going to be like that. So if we're not coming to a city near you, that would be a great way to participate. And someone did ask earlier if we had any news on the Snow Bear tour, and we don't yet, but stay tuned. We'll definitely be posting stuff.
Including locations.
Something I know we've talked about, and I can't remember if we remembered the date, but February 27th. February 27th, and that falls at a good time of the year for us, is International Polar Bear Day.
Yes. I believe we're going to be in Tennessee.
No, we're not, because I looked that up. That's on the 24th. That ends on the 24th.
I thought you guys were going to show it up in Antarctica at that time.
That'd be nice, but
Well, we won't show it up in Antarctica, considering Antarctica is down, and there's no
well, it's all
polar bears.
relative. Depends on which portion of the globe you're on, right?
Right?
But we might go to the Arctic. But no, we're not going this time.
Not going to show the polar bear, Snow Bear? Did you study each and every animal to draw and animate without referring?
Well, I've studied a lot. Every animal that I've animated, I've studied, yes. And then you study them enough and you draw them enough that you can start to draw them and animate them without reference. Yes, that comes with time and practice. So I'm just being very loose with this sketch to get this in here. All right, let's start laying in some color.
Erica says, animation, y'all, February 21st through 23rd. I got my tickets already.
All right.
Of course.
We'll see you there.
See you there?
Animation, y'all.
Again, we want to let people know that the image that Aaron is drawing today is going to be made available as a signed and numbered print. We don't know how many we're doing yet because it's going to be based on how many orders we get, but 100% of the profits we're going to go to the American Red Cross to help those impacted by Hurricane Helene. We also might send some to other charities as well, but we're starting with the Red Cross. And if you go to creatureartteacher.com/prints, PRINTS, you can order a print. Or if you order any course on our website, brush set, photo pack, anything, and we have at creatureartteacher.com this weekend, a portion of all sales is going to hurricane relief efforts. So make a purchase and know that you're doing some good by learning as well. Speaking of which, you might want to pick up our new pen and ink course from Tim Hodge. It's been really well reviewed. People love it, and it's 50% off for a limited time.
So I know we've got a couple of folks on here with Erica and Julia that have done it. Maybe we can get some reviews from them.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys mind reviewing since we've got you here? Letting everyone know what you think of the new course?
Well, Julia did earlier. I know that.
No pressure.
They just respond with, it's all right.
Meh.
Eh.
Any plans to meet up with Oroko? The LA Zoo and Florida wildlife drawing streams were blockbusters. Who's Oroko?
Oroko? I don't know what that is.
I don't either. Proco.
Oh,
It was a
Proco.
typo. It was a typo.
Rocco, that hack? No.
Oh, we definitely want to get back together with Proco. We just haven't
Yeah.
been able to line up our schedules. Unfortunately, we're not going to be at Lightbox this year because that would have been a great opportunity to see him. I know he's going to be there.
Yeah.
We will be at CTN, by the way.
You will?
Yeah. We're going to be at CTN. We got some stuff going on. We got some stuff in development.
Stuff in the works.
Yeah. Some fun stuff.
Martin. Proco? Never heard of him.
Never heard of her.
Procu?
Procure?
Procure?
Parkour.
Parkour. It's like, parkour. Proco.
YouTube comment. I want to see a video with you, Proco, and James Gurney all together. That would be awesome.
Tag Edgar. And that same person followed with, my brain might burst at the sight, though.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of varying up the different yellows and oranges and different colors that you might see in the cat.
Linda says, this leopard matches the color of my Dorito chips. And Maya Richard says, your anatomy of that cat is so good. A lot of O's.
Well, thank you.
Shad Owl says, hi there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Man, it's nice to be back. It's nice to see you guys. For those, for all the our live stream members that followed me through the journey on Snow Bear, I miss you guys. I definitely went through some withdrawals. I've been going through withdrawals, not seeing you guys.
Erica, hot off the presses review from Erica. The new course is amazing. Lots of great variety, and I was actually very surprised by the amount of lessons it has. I can't wait to work on it some more. And Tim also has a very laid-back approach and makes it fun to follow. Tim is a fun teacher. I would say he's our most fun teacher. He definitely wins for putting the most puns in.
Yeah.
Michelle says, hey there, cat fam. Hey there, Michelle.
Hello, Michelle. Is that Michelle Wasserman?
Huh?
Is that Michelle Wasserman?
Yes.
Hello, Michelle Wasserman.
My bell. And Julia says, oh, we miss you too, Aaron.
Again, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, there's a donate button right below this stream if you want to contribute to those impacted by hurricane relief. We've also added it to some of our other recently posted videos as well.
ARG Illustration says, been a while since I've seen you draw a tiger.
It's been a while. Well, actually, it's going to be a while longer since for you to see me draw a tiger because I'm not drawing a tiger.
Drawing a leopard.
It's drawing a leopard.
A leopard. It's been a while since
I mean, you could
have
just throw some stripes on it and people would know the difference.
drawn a tiger. What is the best way to distribute my animated film?
When you find out, please let us know.
We're
We
still
are
figuring
we
it out
are
ourselves.
we are currently trying to figure that out ourselves.
I mean, it really depends on the nature of the film. Obviously, if it's something like a feature, that's a totally different ball of wax than a short. Our plan with Snow Bear is it's going to be, and this is sort of the traditional route for shorts is at first it'll be in film festivals.
Yeah.
Because that hopefully will qualify it for some awards recognition. We didn't make it to win awards, but hopefully, we think it's good enough that it stands a chance, we hope. And usually after it kind of runs the festival circuit, there'll be the domestic US festivals, and then there'll be the international festivals. We'll definitely have it at Annecy next year. But what we're doing that's a little bit more unique is we're going to do a multi-city road tour for sure in the US and probably in Europe as well. Be really cool to get to South America. I don't know when and if that will happen, but we definitely would like to do that, where we're going to take people behind the scenes of the making of, because shorts really don't make money. They're not like it's not like a feature film. Even if you somehow get them picked up on a streaming service, first of all, most streaming services won't pick up shorts. And if they do, it's probably like a break even.
So what we're trying to do really is we're trying to kind of chart our own path and create a kind of a distribution model of our own.
Yeah. So we're going to take it on the road and screen it for people. And sometimes that might be in like with us renting out movie theaters. Sometimes it might be in like a theater, like in the place, like the type of where you'd see a play. So you've got more seats, stuff like that.
So we're really, it's coming down to creating a kind of show wrapped around it.
Yeah, it's not just gonna be screening the movie and then Aaron talking. It's gonna be a bit of an experience. We're building for it, so we're really excited about that. And then ultimately, it absolutely will end up on our YouTube channel and our other platforms eventually.
Yeah. Well, sure.
Also,
I'm going to start knocking back the drawing just a touch. We are 45 minutes in, and we got our drawing in, and we've got our base color. I might start laying in some spots here. I'm drawing in texture, fur texture.
when you animated Raja and Aladdin, how much of the stripe work were left for the cleanup artists?
Well, I animated the stripes clean, and so that the cleanup artist only had to just redraw what I did. But I simplified when I designed the character. I made sure to simplify the stripe pattern. It's very simplified compared to a real tiger.
Is Dustin going to dress up in the polar bear costumes at the events?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm going to be in a full inflatable mascot outfit
Yes.
with camera in hand.
It's in the show.
It's in the show.
Speaking of, well, actually not speaking of anything, I'm just going to segue to an ad here. We're still running the two biggest deals of all time at Creature Art Teacher. We've got our animation mega bundle and our lifetime membership plan, which, by the way, also has a buy now, pay later option.
That's huge.
Both of those are over 90% sold out. So the lifetime membership's 90% sold out, period. And the animation mega bundle is 90% of the way towards unlocking its next course. So it's kind of a bundle that works like Humble Bundle. So the more people buy it, the more courses it unlocks. So
Humble Bumble?
Humble
Bundle?
Bubble.
gamers know what that is. So if you go to creatureartteacher.com, check those out. Creature Art Teacher. It's .com.
.com.
It's .com, folks.
Michelle says, "Woohoo! Got my lifetime membership. Sorry, Aaron, Nick, and Dustin. You're stuck with me for a while."
All right.
Oh no.
Terrific. Thank you for the support. Dennis on Facebook asks, in Tarzan, Sabor's pattern on her body, the leopard, is unbelievable. Any idea how they pulled it off?
I'm not. I don't know. No, I have no idea. It's pretty wild.
I assume it was just tedious animation,
It
right?
could have been. They may have done some kind of mapping as well.
I mean, Floyd Norman, he did all the spots on the leopard, on the leopards, all the spots by hand on the Dalmatians back in, the day, in 101 Dalmatians.
ARG Illustrations, who commented saying hasn't seen in a long time draw a tiger, responded with, "I did think the chin was a bit small to be a tiger. Quite a big leopard. Did you photograph it in Kenya?"
That would be Dustin
It was actually me that photographed it, and it was in the Masai Mara
in Kenya.
Kenya. Correct.
We should show the reference again, just so people.
The reference.
We got, and once again, you can
Here's
actually
the
get
reference.
you can actually use this photo for yourself because it is in my Africa wildlife pack. There's various versions of it. There's a Big Cats of Africa pack. There's a other wildlife of Africa. Then there's a full bundle of all the Africa together, and that is part of both the bundles. Big Cats in all together. So yeah.
So I'm working out some of the fur texture here. Here.
Did any of your animation colleagues suffer from aphantasia, inability to form mental images in their mind?
Glenn Keane.
Glenn Keane, supposedly. Yeah. I never even knew it was a thing until recently. I still can't quite fully wrap my head around that.
So you're having trouble picturing it in your mind?
Yeah.
Having a hard time picturing not being able to picture things.
Yeah, right. Uh-huh. Once again, just creating some fur texture here. Yes, I have fur brushes if anyone's going to say anything, but I want to keep this kind of feeling handmade. I feel like when I get too much into my brush work, it takes away from that handmade feel just a touch.
And Biokum says, I like the depth of field and composition of the photo. It feels like the cat is hiding. Now, my personal favorite thing about it is that I got from it is the natural framing of the foreground branches, along with that darkness, that dark patch of shadows behind the leopard. G Illustration says, I have one of the African cats photo packs. Great quality stuff. Thank you. I think the part 2 of the big cats is one from my collection. Part 1 is Dad's big cat photos, right? Is that how?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's how we did it.
This is how we do it. So I'm doing the spots on a different layer. I'll have by doing that, I'll have complete control of what happens with the spots as far as lighting, including the line work around the eyes.
Did Disney have a fire alarm?
What? Yep.
I'm pretty sure almost just about every business has a fire alarm of some kind.
It's required by law.
Yeah. And I think it'll be. I think some places it's just a guy that has really strong smells. Like, hey, smells smoke. I think there's a fire.
Yeah.
Oscar on Twitch says, "Hello again, Aaron Blaise."
Hello.
Hello.
For those of just joining us, Aaron is drawing a leopard today, and we're going to make this available as a print at creatureartteacher.com/prints, PRINTS.
Leopard.
If you go there now, you're going to see that there's already a placeholder where it says Hurricane Relief Print, and if you order that, you're going to get this image.
It's
That's right.
If it does.
And you'll be donating to a good cause. You'll get a nice print out of it, hopefully. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's going to come out nice.
Twitch question. Mr. Blaise, Senor Blaise, actually, have you painted a snow leopard? And if so, did you have a good time drawing it?
Yes, I have. And yes, I did. I've drawn them from life at the zoo. I've drawn them as demonstrations. I've drawn them for fun.
Have you drawn them in a box? Have you drawn them with a
I've drawn
fox?
them with a fox.
Were they behind a lot of locks?
You
All I hear is a lot of tick and talks.
know who draws really well snow leopards? My good friend Manny Carrasco.
Hey.
You guys look up Manny. Look up Manny Carrasco. Follow him.
MANU.
Follow him home from the store.
Tell him I said hi.
Go up and tap him on the shoulder and say, Aaron Blaise says hello.
Aaron Blaise said,
Oh, you meant follow him on social media. I misunderstood.
These spots are going to take a little while, I'm afraid. Be patient with me, folks. We'll get through the spots.
It will take but a minute.
These spots follow the form, so there's a really strong cheekbone kind of hollow right here under the cheekbone. So I got to make sure those spots are following that form. And the spots change size, they change shape, depending on where they are on the body.
Twitch comment. It's been a while since I've been able to tune in. It feels like I'm back home after a long trip.
Yeah. It's nice having you back.
Another Twitch comment. I was wondering if you've ever considered illustrating a storybook. I have both of your books, and I think a storybook would be incredibly cool to see from you.
We have talked about doing graphic novels.
Children's storybooks as
We've
well.
talked about doing children's storybooks. Yeah, which I think is Nick and I have talked about this. It's a nice interim stage, to come up with a story, make a children's book out of it or a book, and then move on to the animation side of things,
Yeah, because
which might be our next foray.
yeah, frankly, animation, especially, Aaron has a lot of epic animation story ideas in his head, or story ideas and stuff that we've been developing that frankly are going to take half a decade to get made if we do them as animation and a lot of money. Whereas, he might be able to tell those stories in another format. So that's something we're exploring. And then maybe make them as movies.
Lilo Rush says, yes, storybooks, comics. Please do.
Was The Lion King set in Kenya or Tanzania?
I don't know if it was set specifically in either one. It was kind of an idealized East Africa, although I'm pretty sure they did a lot of their research, if I remember right, in the Masai Mara.
I thought it was set in Russia.
Yeah.
Lots of people are saying they love that idea of you doing a comic or a graphic novel or something.
Lilo Rush says, maybe Snow Bear should have a comic.
Well, not a bad idea. We talked about putting that out there after the film
The storybook.
as a storybook. Obviously we don't want to do it too soon because we don't want to give away any of the ending yet.
For those just joining us, Aaron's streaming today. We are supporting the people affected by or impacted by Hurricane Helene. We've got some sales running over at creatureartteacher.com. We've got 4 courses that are just $1 each right now. And if you pick up, they're on the screen now. It's the Acting for Animation course, Animating and Procreate Dreams, Aaron's Character Design course, How to Draw Human Anatomy. Those are 4 of our most popular courses, and you can pick those up for just $1 each for a limited time. And if you snag them this weekend, a portion of the proceeds is also going to go to hurricane relief efforts. And so there's never been a better time to go to creatureartteacher.com.
Go do it. Dustin, now you're working on a new voice impressions. Your Joe Swanson from Family Guy impression is pure perfection. Oh, thank you. I mean, I've experimented with a few others, but I don't feel I've mastered any new ones quite yet. But yeah, that particular actor that plays as Joe. But I personally like the lines of Kronk, who's voiced by the same guy in Emperor's New Groove. And what's funny is that when you hear him in an interview, he actually doesn't talk like that. He only talks like that in movies. It's similar to that of Larry the Cable Guy.
YouTube comment, that Drawing Human Anatomy course is spectacular and worth getting.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, thank you.
Yeah, I want to point out, by the way, those courses aren't like, it's not like $1 and you get a video. The character design course is over 16 hours long and 20 videos. And the human anatomy course is 10 hours long. And the acting for animation course is well over 20 hours long. And I think has 20 plus videos. So you're getting your money's worth and then some. We try to really pack as much value as we can. And these deals aren't going to last forever. So get them while you can.
Guess you could say they're kind of a big deal.
Frankie Bay says, hello, my friend.
Hey, my friend Frankie.
Frankie.
Franklin.
Antonio Witchman says, "Hi, Aaron. Big fan of your work
Oh,
for art and animation. I'm starting out an animated short of my own that involves a lot of creatures acting, especially dragon acting. Do you have any advice on that?"
well, just give your characters anatomy that now allows them to really emote and get the right mouth shapes. But not, I mean, it's not really, not specifically.
Just draw away.
Just draw away, baby. Ooh, squeezing the stylus too hard.
Oh, you get some hand cramps, are you?
You know what? This thing is, the color is all whacked again on this thing. We got to remember to adjust the color next time.
You gotta tune it up.
It is adjusted technically, so we'll have to try to calibrate it as best we can because it gets a little tricky because.
Well, either way, the color's wrong.
Right. No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying it gets a little tricky because the signal is going through a compressor, then the compressor is going into the laptop,
Yeah.
then OBS is compressing it and sending it. Yeah.
If I buy one of the dollar courses, do I get to keep it, or will it only be available for me for a limited time?
That is
Well,
lifetime access for $1.
I was going to joke, say it's only for 1 hour, $1 for an hour. But no, yeah, it is yours for $1 for life.
Yeah, it seems too good to be true, but it's true. It's $1 and you keep it. It's yours forever. It's like 15 hours, 20 hours, 16 hours,
Watch
whatever.
it whenever you want.
I'm sure
Yeah,
some
they're
folks
not
out there are
timed.
like,
They're not timed rentals or anything like that. You can come back and watch it regularly as you want.
I'm sure some folks out there are thinking, what's the catch here? What's the catch?
YouTube comment: Creature Art Teacher, the only place where Arnold Schwarzenegger and Peter Griffin can have a conversation.
That's the only thing I can do with Peter's. Is to laugh.
Peter.
That sounds like Lois.
I know.
I can also do Cleveland. Oh, what the hell? No. He's sliding down in a tub.
Demon Wolf Baguette on YouTube says, "Well, in that case, I am off to buy a course. Thank you."
Hey, awesome.
Yeah, have fun.
What do you got to lose other than $1?
$1 to rule them.
Twitch question: Hey, Nick, Dustin, and Aaron, it's me again.
Hello.
Wanted to ask, what do you think is the better idea from a business standpoint? Starting with a storybook for kids or with a 3D animated series on YouTube? Greetings from Monterrey, Mexico. Saludos, amigos.
Well,
It depends on what your business is. There's a whole bunch of, do you have the means to produce a 3D animated series?
if you're talking about just from a work impact aspect of it, then just start with the book.
Yeah. But if you're talking from, even if you're talking from a cost standpoint, you're going to want to start with the book. 3D is very labor intensive and takes a long time. Now, which has the higher upside? I mean, it's debatable. A popular YouTube series can make decent ad revenue. A storybook can sell, Harry Potter has sold hundreds of millions of copies. Now that's a book, not a storybook, but I guarantee the Dr. Seuss books have sold hundreds of millions of copies. So Dennis says the human anatomy course helped me insanely much, made me a faster animator with less guesswork too. Can work much looser now. That's awesome.
Oh, that's great. Thank you for mentioning that.
Benji says, hey, everyone.
Hey, Benji.
Twitch comment, I've been a member for 5 years. It's such an amazing resource. I regularly revisit it. After Adobe, it's the one subscription I must renew.
Oh,
Fantastic.
thank you.
Thank you.
That was our goal.
Speaking of how the membership works, we've got 3 different plans. We've got our annual plan, which gets you everything we release over the year. We've also got a monthly streaming plan, which works more like Netflix, so you can watch all the courses and stream them. The annual lets you download and keep them, as well as stream. The monthly streaming plan just lets you stream it, but you can stop and start at any time, like Netflix. And we've also got the lifetime plan now, which is a limited number, and that works like the annual plan in that you get to download and keep everything, but it's forever. It's a one-time purchase forever.
Forever.
And of course, if you don't want to become any sort of subscriber or subscription, we sell all of our courses a la carte as well. So you're not obligated to get a membership.
Right.
We've really just tried to make it how we would want it to be. That's how that's
Yeah,
the first-
exactly.
that's always been my thought, and how I try to organize things on the website is how
would we
would
like
I
it?
want it if I was the customer? And that's done pretty well by us with that mentality. We've built a lot of loyalty over the years, and that's why we've always tried to make our courses affordable. And we've been trying to.
Quality is the best business plan.
Yep.
Always.
Quality.
We have customer support that responds. We try to get everybody a response in less than 24 hours.
So as the spots move down the cat, you'll see that the pattern starts to shift into these kind of rosette shapes. The spots actually cluster up and make a shape. And then within the center of those shapes tends to be a little darker fur, like a darker brown.
You probably see the. You can probably show the reference photos to show that it looks like.
I'm in a roll right now getting these spots. I don't want to
Don't
stop.
stop me now! Can't
spots.
stop, won't
The
stop.
spots take so long. Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
Oh, I was saying, oh.
Yeah.
Because he said, don't stop me now.
Oh, that's right.
Can't stop me now.
The spots really pull it together, don't they? Come together and
Goat Babe on Twitch says, I 100% agree. The beauty is that there is not just digital art, but traditional art as well. The watercolor classes from Aaron, Ronnie, and Jenny are phenomenal. 4-year member here and still have not scratched the surface on all of the teachings.
oh, good.
Yeah, Jenny's course is amazing. I mean, they all are
It's
great.
so good. Yeah. And for those of you that haven't been keeping up with Ronnie, he's in the process of doing some really epic, big, giant oil mermaid paintings.
Yeah, we posted a studio tour of his studio on YouTube a few weeks back, maybe a couple months back. And if you look at that, he shows some of the talks about that process, and I'll post a link to it in the comments.
Yeah, that was a fun video to edit.
Yeah, he sent me an image last night when he just finished. 3 feet by 6 feet.
What?
Yeah, 3 feet by 6 feet.
Holy moly.
I just posted a link to Jenny's watercolor class. If people haven't seen it, check it out. It's a really good one. We were talking about it. I'll post a link to the Ronnie video as well. Speaking of links, you can support our fundraising effort if you're watching on YouTube by clicking the donate button if you want to donate directly to the Red Cross, or you can support by purchasing a course at creatureartteacher.com.
Here's the one that Ronnie just did.
Oh, you're showing it on screen?
Yeah.
Nice.
Blow it up here.
Jenny Jazzy Tunes is asking, Aaron, Dustin, where will you guys be in June of 2025? I want to see you guys for my birthday.
Is Annecy in June? It is, isn't it?
It is.
We'll be in Annecy, France.
So here's the one Ronnie just finished. Giant oil painting,
Oh,
3
wow.
feet by 6 feet of his mermaid series.
I think if you hit full screen, it'll...
Yeah, I opened it on preview.
Yeah, it should still full screen it
Oh. Actually, I'm going to open it in Photoshop.
if you want to.
There we go.
Yeah, Ronnie's one of the teachers on our website. He's got several courses. And they're all on sale right now.
Beautiful painting.
Mm-hmm. The colors on that don't look that bad.
Yeah. No, it looks pretty accurate there.
I think it's maybe something with the digital.
Oh, it's a
colors.
little pushed,
Yeah.
maybe. It's the greens and yellows or something.
Well, we had an issue with the blues.
It's the green. Yeah, see, that's as earthy, and that's really yellow.
Things look more saturated, right? On the
Well, it's more yellow. That's what it is. It's the yellows are really strong.
interesting.
Very peculiar.
Yeah, so we do our best with these streams, but the colors are not 100% accurate. So if you want to follow Aaron on social media at Aaron Blaise Art on all of the social media channels like Instagram and stuff, we usually end up posting these images when we're done there so you can see the final accurate color. Not that it's far off, by the way. What you're seeing is pretty close. It's just...
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got courses on our site from Ronnie Williford, Jenny Medved, who I mentioned earlier, a new course from Tim Hodge. We've got courses from a course from Marco Bucci that just came out recently. Really great artist, very popular YouTuber as well. You all might be familiar with him. He did a really phenomenal course for us. We recently put out a brand new 2D effects animation course from Joey Mildenberg. We've got all kinds of stuff, and we've got several more courses coming before the end of the year.
Yeah, even I got one.
Yeah, you got your new photography course coming out.
Yep.
Yes.
It's in the can.
We're excited about that too.
We're just going through the final review process. That'll be coming out before the end of the year.
Very excited, and hopefully everyone will enjoy it out there and get all the knowledge that they need to get started with their own photography.
Yeah.
Get their own collection of reference photos.
Reference.
Aaron, what is your favorite Muppets movie?
love these specific questions. I don't really have a favorite. I don't know. I don't know the Muppets movies well enough to say if I have a favorite.
I'm just gonna go.
I know I'm turning into the.
I'm just
as far
gonna
as
go with
Muppet
Muppets.
characters go. I'm turning into the grouchy old men.
You're kind of like Sam Eagle, too.
Sam Eagle. Yeah, Sam Eagle. At least I got the beak for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Jenny on Facebook says, yeah, David Coleman's courses too. Don't forget those. Yeah, David Coleman, who's an Emmy award-winning character designer and lead story artist on the Mufasa movie that came out. He's head of story on some animated projects that are in the works right now. Yeah, we're very lucky to have courses from Dave. Armand Serrano,
Chuck Williams,
Chuck Williams. Yep.
Brad Raymond.
Yep. Brad Raymond. We've got writing courses, story courses. We've got a course on how to pitch, all kinds of stuff. So,
Baking.
no baking, no cooking yet. What's a good way to practice? I'm taking a course. Is it effective to draw for certain hours per day? An hour?
It's whatever you feel. Anytime you're making marks on paper, you're practicing. So it's up to you.
Would you say an hour, 20 minutes? I know everybody's different, but what's a universally productive way and structure to practice?
I don't know if there isn't a universal. I don't think.
The biggest thing is pencil mileage.
Yeah.
The more drawings you do, the better you will get.
Hey, look, I've been animating for 35 years, but I just did a short, 11-minute short that took me 2 years to do, and I've been sitting at my desk for the last 2.5 years, I should say, animating solid almost every day. I became a better animator in the last 2 years after animating for 35 years because I was doing it every single day again. It's, you're always going to improve no matter who you are, what skill level you're at if you're doing it.
Did you animate all of Raj's scenes by yourself, or were there specific, or if not, which specific ones did you do?
I did all of them. Raja was a small character.
What about people? Do we have the Raj?
Yes.
I want to let people know, for those who might have not seen it, we recently did a collaboration with Lilo Roche, who make these amazing art bags that Aaron loves.
I'm going to say, let's promote Lilo Roche because they've got some great stuff. Plus, we've got bags from them.
Yeah, but we recently collaborated with them on a brand new line of Aaron Blaise signature watercolor sketchbooks. And if you go to lilorosh.com, and I also just posted a link in the comments, that's LILOROSH.com. You can order those. You can order them individually or as a beautiful box set. So, and I think the inventory is starting to get low on those. So check them out.
Get them all the time.
They make great stuff.
We've been affiliated with Lilo Roche for, 9 years, 8 years, something like that.
Yeah, just because Aaron discovered them and became fans of what they were doing.
Yeah, I really love their stuff. And I've taken their products all over the world. We got to get through the spots. Once we get through the spots, then we're off to the races. Spots take the time. But you can see what's cool about the spots is that you don't have to, they break up the image really nicely. So I don't need a big detailed painting of the orange underneath. I just kind of lay it in there and then the spots do the rest. LiloRoche.com.
Someone said, "Can I have a link to the story course, please?" I'll put a link in the comments. We actually have 2 courses on story. We've got one from Chuck Williams that's more about story theme and structure and formatting and sort of the broad strokes of putting together and developing the story.
Oh, they're not talking about storyboarding?
No, they're not. They're talking about storytelling, and then because that's what I brought up earlier. And then we've also got a brand new one from Brad Raymond that's more about script writing called One Page Screenplay, where he more takes you through the actual process of writing your story. So one is sort of top level, and one is more instructional. But they're both great, and they cover different stuff. They make a nice tandem, actually. But we also have several courses on storyboarding as well, as Aaron mentioned. Aaron, do you have a favorite Disney song?
Let's see. No. There's a lot of Disney music I like. You know, Colors of the Wind I thought was pretty good. I really like that.
It is a pretty song, yeah.
Yeah. I remember the first time I heard it, we had just gotten the music. We were working on Pocahontas, and we had just gotten the music in, and so they played it for all of us working on the film. And I remember just being really sucked in and moved by it.
Oh, here's an interesting question on Twitch. Aaron, do you have any tips on how to learn someone else's style intentionally? I've passed on a few gigs because I wasn't confident I could mimic the established style of the project, and I'm kicking myself for not learning that skill sooner. But I'd like to rectify that in the future.
You know, the best way to learn someone's style is to copy their images. And obviously you don't want to sell those images, but you know, that's one of the things we did in school as assignments was copy old masters. And when you copy someone's work, you start to see what they were thinking. You start to, and you'll make discoveries. And it was a really cool exercise for us to, you know, to copy a Rembrandt or copy a Monet or something like that. You figure things out, you learn things. And the same goes with, you know, trying to figure out someone else's specific style.
And someone else, actually, real quick before I answer this other question, I actually want to ask you a follow-up on that. In addition to just school, obviously, when you moved from one project to another as a film, there was different styles. So how did you jump from, say, Aladdin to The Lion King and, you know, totally different drawing styles?
We got lectures from the art directors. We were given style packets that the art directors and production designers would put together. And a lot of times, like in the case of Mulan, there is an overall character designer who had a specific style. And then we would take the initial designs that he did and we would make, you know, because as supervising animators, we were responsible for designing our own characters. But we also had this, you know, character designer, kind of overall guru character designer for Mulan that was there to kind of make sure we all stayed within the same world and within his design conceit.
And I know you didn't work on it, but obviously Alex Cooperschmidt did. But there's the kind of a similar situation with Lilo and Stitch, right? Like Chris Sanders did kind of the look, right? And then
exactly.
Alex made Stitch for animation, and
you can see Chris Sanders' work all over that film.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Another Twitch question. I was wondering if you have any thoughts on photo bashing. For anyone that needs it, photo bashing is using images and textures in your digital painting for various reasons. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, photo bashing is a great tool. I do. I when I'm creating character designs, if I'm trying to create textures, things like that, I use it all the time in my digital work.
Just depends on the finish you're
Yeah,
you're going
it's
for.
like anything else. I think it can be overdone. I think it can be overused and all that, but I think it's a great tool.
Yeah, it depends on the image you're
Like
trying to
anything,
make
yeah.
at the end of the day. Nothing wrong with it though. Some people have, there's this weird thing that happens in the art community, happens in the music community. There's like this snootiness where people look down on their nose at certain techniques, like, well, that's not real art,
Yeah. Yeah.
And don't listen to any of that. Make the images you want to make using the techniques that help you get to the outcome you're trying to get to.
Absolutely. I agree 1,000%.
Want to let people know that this image is going to be made available as a print at creatureartteacher.com/prints. You can order it now. If you go there, PRINTS, that's prints, creatureartteacher.com. You'll see a link for hurricane relief print. And this is going to be the image you get. Right now it says mystery image, but if you go ahead and pick up a print of this, you'll get a signed and numbered copy signed by Aaron, and we'll be shipping it out. And 100% of the profits is going to go to hurricane relief efforts.
Yep. All right, so I'm going in now and just I'm going to create a little darkness back here. We're going to start getting into this background a little bit. Now the fun starts. We're going to start playing with texture and light. So I'm just creating dappled shapes back here, just different light shapes. It's all about being really spontaneous with everything going on back there, and we'll let the foliage just kind of grow out of all this.
Have you ever worked with Randy Haycock?
Yes, actually, Randy Haycock and I have known each other for 30 years. Yes, very, very much. Randy Haycock's one of the last guys still, 2D animators, still working at Disney.
Yeah, him and Alex Cooper Schmidt and
Yeah,
a couple others, right? Mark Henn just retired.
he did. Randy's an amazing guy, really great artist, great person.
I just met him for the first time at last CTN last year. I hadn't
Yeah.
met him prior to that.
I'm just going to create various shapes in here, get really kind of spontaneous with everything. Like I said, I'm gonna play with blend modes as well. But the key is just to be really spontaneous with everything here. We're gonna build everything up in layers.
Hey, Aaron, Twitch
Hey.
question. I have two Cintiqs, a 32 and a 24. My question
Ooh,
is,
Mr. Moneybags.
my question is, when you're creating portraits, do you use the standard plastic tip or the felt tip for a more paper-like feel? I'm having a problem getting used to drawing on glass as opposed to drawing on paper. When you had the 24, you did the felt.
I did. I've been using a plastic tip. When I switched over to the 32, and I can't remember the last time I changed the tip
I don't think
on
you
my
have.
stylus. Yeah. So it's
But you used to, I mean, for years you
with the
exclusively
felt tip,
did
I
the
used to,
felt.
they'd last about a month or 3 weeks. But I really haven't changed.
But I don't think there's a right or wrong answer.
No,
It's really just personal preference.
It's personal preference once again. Yeah, totally.
But the 32, in my experience, doesn't feel as glass-like as the 24 used to. Although I'm thinking of the 22, not wait, no, the 24 is the big heavy one, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a little more tooth on the 32, if I recall. M Entertainment TV says, "Good afternoon, Aaron.
Hey, good afternoon.
Dustin, you still with us?"
I'm still here.
You falling asleep?
Nope.
Just quiet.
So you guys talk. Who did Sitka's voice in Brother Bear?
Jason Sitka, right? Yeah, Jason. Jason Reyes.
Do you have a problem of the plastic tip scratching your screen?
No.
Erica says, I have had my Cintiq since 2014 and haven't changed mine.
I'm assuming that's the plastic tip then, not the felt tip. Because otherwise you might want to look into changing. I personally prefer the feel of the felt tip, but you do go through them faster.
You do. Yep. I'm just working in lots of scrubby kind of detail back here. I'm almost ready to start laying in shadows, but I wanted to get some of this stuff in here first.
Again, for people that might be participating in Inktober, we came up with our own officially unofficial prompt list to go along with Tim Hodges' new pen and ink course. You got the prompt list, Dustin?
Yes.
We'll put it up on the screen for people that want to follow along. We've had a lot of fun with that. Today's October 4th, so we're on day 4, which I believe is Flame.
Flame, yep.
And yeah, so if you want to participate, tag us, follow these prompts, post them on social media, and tag us. We'll try to see if we can see everybody's. And if you remember, you have access on our website, you have access to our Discord server. We've got a whole section where people are posting and commenting and sharing their Inktober images, both for our prompt lists as well as the official one. And we know there's other ones out there now, like Peachtober and Goretober.
Toontober, I saw that one.
Yep.
Toontober.
Tophertober.
Tophertober.
Aaron, have you seen the pen displays over at Sense Labs? I've been interested in them. I know Tony Bancroft's teamed up with them. We've seen them, but we haven't used them.
No, I'm a Wacom guy all the way. I find a product that I like and I stick with it. I've been using Wacom for almost 20 years, and really love their products. So I've never really switched.
Quick
Question.
look. Oh, sorry.
Can you include the QR code to this video with the print? Yeah, we could probably do that.
And Jenny's asking, what's the hashtag for the Inktober?
I would just put Inktober. We didn't really come up with our own. If you want to go with Cattober,
Cattober.
I don't know if that would be 2 T's or 1 T. C-A-T, and then Ober. Let's go with that.
So what I've done is I've created a new layer, and I set it to multiply, and I'm starting to paint in shadows over the top of the cat here.
Michael says, I wish I had the funds to donate. Glad you guys are doing this. Good luck. Well, thank you just for watching, Michael. That helps. And if you hit that like button or that share button, that spreads the word. So just watching this video helps. Sorry, Aaron, I didn't mean to step on.
No, you're good.
Yeah, and I want to remind people we've got the 2 biggest deals of all time going at creatureartteacher.com. We've got our animation mega bundle, which gets you over $500 worth of classes for less than $50. And we've got our lifetime membership plan, both of which are limited and both of which directly help us finish Snow Bear, which we are rapidly wrapping up on. So
Rapidly wrapping up.
rapidly wrapping up on.
Rapidly rapid.
Rapidly wrapping. Go to creatureartteacher.com. You can learn more. Both of those are limited. They're not going to be on sale forever. The lifetime membership is now over 90% sold out, and the animation mega bundle is over 90% of the way towards unlocking its next course, which is super cool.
Do you have a date to return the live memberships?
Oh, well, we're going to start doing the regular
member streams. Member streams.
We don't have one specifically. It's either going to be later this month or early in November. We haven't set that up because it mostly just has to do with we have a deadline to finish Snow Bear.
Yeah.
And so that's our focus right now. That was the reason we took the little hiatus, because Aaron, we live streamed a little less than the first half of the making of the movie.
Yeah.
And this back half he's been working on when we wasn't streaming, but there's also some stuff related to that we can't show. So we're finishing up that. But when we come back and do the membership streams, it might be a brand new project.
That's right.
Membership streams come back in 2030.
Could you please set the shadow layer mode to normal from multiply for a moment, just so I can see?
You want to see what happens? Watch this. Normal. Look what it does. So that's why we've set it to multiply. Now, in some of the areas, I want some cooler shadows. So I'm going to be going in and changing that.
So why use multiply instead of black with just a lower opacity?
Because black kills the color and it colors over the colors that are there. Multiply actually blends with the colors that are underneath.
Oh,
Whereas black won't do that. If I'm just painting black over the top.
Shadows also actually aren't black. They're
Exactly. So there's cool shadows, warm shadows, all kinds of stuff. And so I'm focusing on that, like in here. Like what I'm going to do here, I'm going to make I'm going to just lock that into place. The shadow layer I just did, and I'm going to go in and do some cool shadows now. in some of the lighter areas. I don't want that. I'm good.
Mike Fenster says, "Hey y'all,
Hey, Mike.
good to see you again, Mike Fenster."
So as you can see, I'm going in and kind of making the areas over the yellow, over the white fur, cooling those shadows off a little bit.
Looking good. For people wanting to learn digital drawing, which course or courses would be the best intro to that on Creature Art?
I've got courses on digital drawing and painting on the website. So there's specifically those courses. Right, you just got to go to the. Whoops, turn that off. There we go. You just got to get in there.
Yeah, there's even courses on specific apps on like how to draw in Procreate, how to draw in Photoshop, right?
Yeah. So I'm still staying fairly loose on here.
Hey, Rita. Can you share what your recent travel plans are?
Yes, so I'm going to Armenia coming up.
Be there basically for the Reanimania Festival, which is, you can learn more at reanimania.com, and I will post a link to that. And you're basically going to be there, I think it's like October 19th through the 24th or something like that ish. And after that, we're going to be at CTN in November for sure.
Yep.
You're going up to Vancouver for a workshop with Spark.
That's November 14th.
Yep. We're going to post an event schedule here soon, but we're waiting on final details on some of this before we post it.
We've got a busy month ahead of us.
Did you ever get to meet James Earl Jones during The Lion King, and what was the experience like?
Yes. Matter of fact, it was myself and Mark Henn that showed James Earl Jones the scene where Mufasa dies. And he was extremely kind. He was a very nice man. And but we showed him, we played the sequence. And when the lights came up, he was there with his wife. When the lights came up, he was wiping tears from his eyes. And he was so moved by it all.
And that was just the rough drawings at that point, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was really a very cool experience.
Justin, when I stepped out, did you answer the question about which digital drawing courses would be best?
Yes, we were answering that.
Cool.
We just basically said we've got a lot of different ones there. Just go to the site to check them out. We have a course specifically on digital drawing and painting.
We've got one on Procreate. We've got one on
Yep.
So.
All kinds of stuff.
Do you use a paper textured screen protector on your iPad when using Procreate?
No.
And
I
love
have
the-
one, but I don't use it.
You haven't tried the one I got you yet, have you?
No, matter of fact, I opened it up and it's I've got it. I think it's over there. I pulled it out the other day.
I think it's magnetic. It's supposed to just like snap right on. Deanna says, "I'm going to see you in Armenia, Aaron. I can't wait." Very
right
cool.
on.
Come say hi.
Right on, right on.
Can your next project be a Lion King one?
No. 'Cause
Unfortunately, we don't
Lion
own
King's
the
been done.
No, we don't own the Lion King. That's owned by Disney.
Another anonymous has donated $20.
Hey, thank you.
Much obliged.
Every little bit helps. There are people that were really severely impacted by the storms here in North Carolina, Georgia, lots of flooding. People were affected in Florida. And so every little bit helps, and we appreciate any contribution anybody can make or just helping us spread the word. If you are watching on YouTube and you want to donate directly to the Red Cross, there's a donate button right below the video, right next to the video, depending on where you're watching.
So I'm going through and just hitting little color areas here, little bits of light.
Who do you think did a better voice acting job, James Earl Jones or Jeremy Irons?
Oh, they both were great. They both
Those were
really
masters.
turned their characters into iconic characters. They really did.
Presumably, Disney must think James Earl Jones because they asked him to come back for
There you go.
Lion King.
Or Jeremy Irons wanted too much money.
No, somebody asked him in an interview. They said they never asked him.
Oh.
Which I thought was interesting. But I mean, those are both amazing voice performances.
Yeah.
And they both have just, I mean, such unique voices.
Yeah.
But they're good actors on top of it, which is huge too. It's not just a unique voice, it's the performance. Again, I want to let people know we've got 4 courses right now at Creature Art Teacher that are just $1 each. We've got our Acting for Animation course, which is down to $1 for its first time ever. We've got Getting Started in Procreate Dreams. We've got Character Design with Aaron Blaise, which is our #1 selling course of all time. And we've got How to Draw Human Anatomy. All of those courses are just $1 each, and that's lifetime access to those. That's not a limited rental or anything like that. You can watch them as much as you want. For people who don't know, a portion of all sales this weekend, including those courses, we're donating to hurricane disaster relief efforts. And we also have an app in the Apple App Store. We've got the Android app coming before the end of the year. But if you're interested in watching our courses on the go, the best place to do that is our mobile app, which you can get in the Apple App Store. You can watch it on Apple TV, on your iPad, your iPhone. Just search Creature Art Teacher or Aaron Blaise in the App Store. You can also set up a push notification in there for these live streams, so you never have to miss a stream. Because we find the YouTube push notifications don't really work that well.
Oh, they don't?
Yeah, we get a lot of people that say, I hit subscribe and I hit the bell and all notifications, and it seems to be a mixed bag as to whether people get the alerts or not.
That's no bueno.
YouTube comment, tiger season has begun in India. You should visit. It would be a spectacular experience. We are hoping to get to India. We want to see our good friends Lilo Roche. There's a possibility we might be doing something there at some point with our friends at Playgrounds. We definitely want to get to India.
Yep. Oh, show.
Well, show.
So I'm just varying up some of the color in my shadow area just to give it a little. Getting that to pop. Flopping it. Flop your image once in a while.
Flippy floppy.
Flippity, flap, 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 flap.
Flippity flappity.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to build this up. Build up layer after layer on here. Now it starts to pop a little bit. I'm going to knock this back in its opacity though. Because we're going to build it up. We're going to build up that foliage back there.
Bryant here. Will you be coming out with a second edition of your art? I'm not sure what you mean. Do you mean a second book? Because we have the Art of Aaron Blaise Volume 2 book, which you can get on our website. I'll post a link. If you mean reprinting the first volume, we do plan on doing that. Rephrase that. Let me know if I answered your question. Why paint the background if you just painted black all over it?
I didn't paint black all over it. I set it to multiply and I'm pushing it back in value is what I'm doing. I'm not painting black anywhere actually. I'm building up layers of color is what I'm doing. And you'll see as I do this, I'm going to push things back. I'm going to continually push things back.
Pillowhead Creation says, woohoo, the power just came back on from the hurricane. Woo-hoo.
Hey, awesome.
Good
So
news.
glad to hear that.
That's some very good news. Life found a way.
What's that?
We should show our book. The full screen us.
So, if you're interested in my art, I've got a second volume. This is our first volume is sold out, but this is my Art of Aaron Blaise Volume 2. It's a 220 page,
250 page.
250 page hardcover coffee table book of my art. It's development art from films that, whoops, let me get this in and out here. From films that I've worked on. Come on, focus. There we go. From films that I've worked on. It's got my personal work. It's got character designs. It's got all kinds of stuff in there. Digital artwork, traditional artwork. Lots of different things. Yeah, if you can do that, that'd be great. But we've got a healthy number left, don't we?
We're getting low, actually.
Yeah, but it's so much different.
The glare.
Yeah, but there's a ton of work in here that represents 25 years worth of work, I think.
Yeah.
30 years worth of work. But it's got all kinds of stuff in there. So if you're interested in that, go on over to creatureartteacher.com/books, right?
Absolutely.
And we've got a bunch there.
Oh, and in the back, by the way, one last thing. we've got QR codes to the making of most of the images in the book. So a lot of these images were created on past live streams,
Yep.
all kinds of stuff. And so you can actually scan the QR codes in your book and it'll take you right to the making of that image.
Exactly, which is super cool.
There you go. CreatureArtTeacher.com/books.
It's .com.
It's .com.
And on the website, we also have signed copies available as well. Will there be a second printing of the first volume? We do plan on doing one at some point. We're just not sure when.
So what I'm doing right now is a lot of fun because it literally is. I'm just going to be building up texture and light and dark, and really want to build some depth into here, into this foliage.
Any plans for a third volume as a book? Aaron definitely has enough work for it. There was a lot that we couldn't fit.
Yeah, before we do a third volume, we are going to be doing other books. Like we've got a book on my sketchbooks.
Yep.
That I'm personally really excited about.
Yep. And then we've got some instructional books we want to do too, like things like character design and animation.
Yeah.
And those are probably, the sketchbooks one will probably be next. And then the instructional ones before we circle back to potential volume 3.
Yeah.
Will you do a making of Snow Bear book? A lot of people have asked about that. It's a 10-minute short, so we don't. It's
it's a little hard to make a whole book out of it.
We've produced a lot of work. It wouldn't be impossible, but maybe we'll do like a limited edition, something or another. More than likely, we'd probably do a storybook or something for Snow Bear.
Yeah.
Maybe even a coloring book.
Probably not a coloring book.
Pillow said, "Yeah, I've spent the last 7 days with no power and cutting trees. Seeing you paint now is so soothing."
Oh, I'm so glad you got some power. We've been there. We lost power for not 7 days, but for 3 days, 2 days on the last hurricane that came through.
Yeah, you lost power and I didn't.
Yeah.
The worst that I've ever had from a power outage standpoint was that it was 94. We had that really bad ice storm up in the Northeast, and we were without power for about 2 weeks.
Wow.
Someone says you should make a Snow Bear cookbook.
How to cook a seal.
How to cook raw seal. By the way, if you're enjoying this stream, whatever platform you're on, be sure to hit that like button, share button, the subscribe button, all of the buttons. Helps us out a lot.
Who's got the button? So you can see what I've done is I've created a clipping mask over these leaves. Some of them are going to get, and I'm set it to multiply. Some of them are going to get colored over. Some of them are going to be left. But I'm pushing them back in value. I'm creating some more branches here. I'm going to do this on their own layer. I'm going to do the same thing with them.
I know you started with traditional art, watercolor and the like. When you first started doing digital art, did you blend modes or did you stick with just a few normal layers?
I just stuck with normal layers. I didn't start using blend modes till later. I didn't know what blend modes were.
One day you're like, what does this button do?
Yeah.
Pillowhead follows up. It's weird. After watching so many of your videos in classes, I can see how you went about painting this, even though I haven't watched the playback yet. I think your classes are working.
Good. That's the idea.
Yeah, one of the things that Aaron talks about all the time is he has the same approach every time.
Yep.
You know, he repeats the same steps every time. So that way he's confident he'll get to the same outcome of what he's trying to achieve. You know, it's not like he's reinventing the wheel every time he sits down to draw. That's sort of what the courses help teach, is that process.
And I also want to show how loose, and especially in a situation like this, how loose I can be. And as long as I'm staying controlled in the value structure, what I'm trying to create, you can create something that's really successful. Because we're going to build this up. So now what I've done is I've created this fun little, all these branches and weeds and things like that through here.
Are you bringing any books or other merch to Armenia by chance?
No, I don't have the ability to do that, but we will be going to the zoo. I'm going to be teaching drawing classes at the zoo, and I'll be sitting in on a couple of panels.
For those that are able to make it to CTN in November, we definitely will have some merchandise there, and we'll have a table as well. We've got a lot of exciting stuff for CTN, so if you're going to be in Burbank, that's one to be at.
All right, so here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I know you started with traditional art, such as watercolor, etc. When you first started doing digital art, did you use blend modes or did you just stick with a few normal layers?
That's the one we just asked.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry.
You just asked it.
I missed that.
No problem.
You made my mistake. I'm not alone. Are you going to Lightbox also?
No.
No, I'm going to be in Armenia.
Yeah, the dates conflict.
So no Lightbox this year.
No.
But CTN you're going.
Yes.
Are you bringing any albums or other merch to Armenia for?
That one was already asked as well.
We're both having the problem. Yay!
Want to let people know we've got a brand new course from Tim Hodge on pen and ink drawing out. If you go to creatureartteacher.com, pick it up. It is 17 videos over 20 hours of lessons. It's super cool course. He takes you through his approach to drawing in pen and ink. He takes you through using felt pens, things like microns, stippling techniques, cross hatching techniques. He goes over doing like comic books, like doing a comic book page layout. He does comic strip layout, covers all kinds of cool pen and ink techniques, learns all about how to get a light and shadow effects, how to draw things that look wet in pen and ink, like different types of materials and textures, reflective textures, stuff like that. Tim is a great teacher, a great artist. He's a professional. He's an animation director. He's been a story artist in the industry. He's still working in the industry.
He's an all right guy.
Yeah, and he's a really good teacher, and he's just a good all around good dude. And if
Good human being.
his course is 50% off, special introductory price for a limited time. Once again, it's pen and ink essentials, tips and techniques with Tim Hodge. CreatureArtTeacher.com. I'll post a link in the comments.
CreatureArtTeacher.com. I'm watching your stream from Bangladesh.
Wow.
What kind of brush do you use, and how do you make the brushes?
Well, I'm using one of my pastel brushes right now.
Is that Pastel C?
No, this is one of my other ones. Can't remember which one it is. One of the ones I don't think we sell. But this is I can show you how we make a brush. In just 1 second here. But just a reminder that this image will be for sale. And the proceeds will go to hurricane relief from Hurricane Helene that came through here in the United States last week. And there we go. Jump up here. I really push some of these dark. I've got a mat over some of these branches.
Erica says, I know you already have a couple of oil painting course, but maybe Tim could do an oil course down the line.
Yeah, he's doing some good pets right now. Tim's doing some good oil painting stuff. That's faux show.
Speaking of brushes, Aaron's main Pastel C brush, which is his main drawing brush. If you go back at the beginning of this video, it's what he draws with 90% of the time.
Yeah.
You can actually get that brush for free if you sign up on the newsletter of our website. We also have a bunch of other free brushes and content that you get when you sign up for our newsletter. I will post a link in the comments, or if you go to CreatureArtTeacher.com, there's a link right on the homepage. And if you're on any other page, there's a link that says newsletter down in the footer.
So what I'm doing now is I'm creating a new layer over the top of all these and putting dry grasses. Some of them are catching light. We're trying to build up depth. Trying to build up depth in all that foliage. You can hear me breathing.
If I may ask, do you have any plans for seascapes in the future doing traditional painting like watercolor?
You know what? That's a great idea. No, I didn't have plans on it. but I do now. I live in Florida. Why shouldn't I be? Why am I not doing seascapes?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that hasn't already occurred to us.
Yeah. I mean, that's a whole course right there.
Exactly.
Great idea, person.
That was Goat Babe on Twitch,
Hey, goat babe.
who is a lifetime member, or a 4-year member, I believe. I said early. They said, gasp, thank you kindly. Very excited. Actually, they said, la gasp.
Le
It's true. That's what they wrote.
Le fleur.
Fleur. Leaf flyer.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
You could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball.
That was a good Rip Torn.
There's no way that was his real name, right? Rip Torn.
That was his real name. I'm sure it was. I don't know if that was his given name, but that's
I mean,
the
I know
name.
that was, it had to be a stage name, right? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Could look that one up.
I'm looking at Elmore Rule Torn Jr. went by Rip. So never mind. So it was not his real name. I was Elmore. I wonder how the name Rip came into being.
Last name Torn.
Yeah, I know, but
Erica says some marina paintings would be cool too.
Marina. Yeah.
Marina.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying they'd love a course exploring seascapes.
See, adding these light little bits here add to that. There's little bits that'll catch light or lighter in value, and that adds to the chaos of the background. The chouse, so to speak.
I have done some portraits. I have a problem with the colors. Sometimes I have trouble choosing the right color. How can I fix this?
Well, we have a great course on color, or not necessarily specifically color, but Marco Bucci, where he talks
Yes.
about color
Yeah,
and
yeah.
staying within the grays and all of that, and that would really help with that. But it's it's staying within colors that belong with each other. It's, you know, staying in the triads and lots of different, well, there's tons of different ways of looking at it, but uh, I would recommend looking at that course.
Yeah, Marco, it's called From Fundamentals to Finished Paintings, and he really explains color. We have a separate course on color theory, which is great, from Ronnie Williford as well.
Yeah.
But the course from Marco, if you're really trying to figure out how to take that color theory and then apply it to painting, it's a great course for that. I'll post a link. But generally speaking, yeah, you harmonize through the grays is the gist of it, you know.
Yeah.
And there's And again, that course, like all of the courses, if you purchase this weekend, a portion of sales are going directly to hurricane relief efforts, helping those that were affected by Hurricane Helene.
I've put a layer in on here, overlay, and hit it with some bright warm, and I'm going over the light areas and really brightening them up to get them to pop.
How did you say you had your layer set for that?
Overlay.
Over. You didn't do burn?
No. No. Burn is too harsh.
There are times when you will use that, though.
Yes, I will.
Julie says 10:15 p.m. here, and I'm still looking forward to seeing this leopard finished.
I'm getting there. Thank you for your patience.
YouTube comment, I feel that your How to Paint Light course can really help get a feel for warm versus colors too. At least it helped me a lot.
Yes, I agree.
Twitch comment, I look away for 2 seconds and the background is done. I aspire to be that fast and accurate one day.
We're getting there. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there. Thanks.
Stylized, which is cool.
Get some whiskers in here. Here.
Whiskers. Whisk. By the way, if you're enjoying this stream, hit the share button, hit those like buttons, those hearts, whatever the platform you're watching us on button is. Helps us a lot. Spread the word. The more people that watch this, hopefully we can raise some funds for hurricane relief. So the more you can help us spread the word, the more that's going to help.
So now we want to work to our foreground now. I'm going to put varying colors in here to start with. I'm just going to slowly break it up into various shapes, and then we'll break it up into individual little areas of detail. It's going to blend right into the background, into the behind the cat.
Julie's asking, did you at any point in your career have any doubts about a film project?
Always. Every film I've ever worked on, including Snow Bear.
How did you get through those?
You just work through. You got to convince, if you sit with something long enough, you're going to start second guessing it. Does it have the appeal that I thought it had in the beginning? And really trust, you got to learn to trust your initial instinct.
Sometimes that happens during the beginning of the project, the middle of the project. Sometimes it happens a week after you say you're done with it.
Yeah, exactly. You trying to say something, Nick?
No. Aaron may have added a shot to Snow Bear 2 days ago. No, but it is, you live with this project or these projects so long when you're the one making it.
Yeah.
How about, I got a question for you. Since it was your first film you directed, how much of that happened with Brother Bear? Because I know you said there were some story issues and some conflict.
It was constant with Brother Bear because it's not just the first film I directed. It's the first film I directed, and I'm directing it for Disney, which has a legacy, and I'm surrounded by peers that I'm constantly measuring myself to. Even though you shouldn't be doing that, you can't help but think there's 20 people spread out across the country thinking that I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. You always get these thoughts that sneak into your head, and then all of a sudden that's the pressure where you go, okay, that means I got to perform to show that I really do, deserve to be here. And then that snowballs into, it just builds and builds and builds, and you go through all this imposter syndrome, and it just, it's tough.
It's tricky because sometimes that stuff can be motivating.
Right.
Like, oh, I'll show them. But then sometimes that can become the wrong reason to be doing something, and you need to just do it because the original reason you wanted to do it, and not lose sight of that. And it's
tough, man.
I think that's been the most enjoyable thing about Snow Bear is that it's been ours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been ours.
Always.
And we got no one to answer to but ourselves. And, it's...
And any second guessing or anything we did along the way was just purely for making the thing better.
Yeah. I mean, I loved working at Disney. Loved it. And I would never trade it. But there's definitely an element of making a film by committee. You have to, you've got to answer to executives, and you've got to answer to this person and that person. And and it's hard to get a film made. It just is. And because of the sheer nature of how they're made. And so to be able to kind of chart your own course without having to answer to board members or executives or creative executives, that everybody feels like they have to have an opinion. It's nice to be able to do that.
Does the leopard have a name, or is it just a leopard?
Let's see.
Well,
Right now-
this is based on a drawing of a leopard we saw in the wild. So this wasn't like a captive leopard or anything
Yeah.
like that.
This is a real leopard. So what I'm doing now is just creating shadows within the grasses that I'm going to create some shadow, as everybody knows I like to create.
Eric on Twitch says, it feels like we're closing in on the one more thing stage of this.
We are getting a little close to the one more thing. Yes. Eric,
Yeah.
Been there.
not Erica.
Zero Connection on YouTube says, I left the stream for half an hour and I'm back now. Wow, this looks amazing.
It's getting there. Once again, we're selling prints of this if you're interested.
Yeah, if you go to creatureartteacher.com/prints, PRINTS, and I'm posting the link, you will see a image there for Hurricane Relief print, signed and numbered. If you order that, you're going to get this image. So this is that was a placeholder image that you see there because Aaron had made this yet. We're doing this in real time. So you'll be getting a signed and numbered on archival grade paper. Anybody that's ordered a print from us before will tell you that they come out beautiful. The paper's really nice. We don't skimp on that. We ship them in really good packaging so they don't come damaged. And 100% of the profits is going to be donated towards helping people impacted by Hurricane Helene. So that's what this stream is all about today. And beyond that, and Dustin, we've got the slide for this.
Yes.
All course sales this weekend, including 4 courses that are only $1 each. A portion of all proceeds this weekend is going to hurricane relief. So if you want to help out and you want to learn something and you've been thinking about picking up one of our courses, well, 4 of them are just $1 each. So it's never been better time to get the most popular courses we have for just $1 each. And you'll be supporting a good cause. If that doesn't do it, I don't know what.
I don't know what will.
The title of Aaron's autobiography should be One More Thing. I was
One
just gonna
more
say that.
thing. Was that a comment?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a difference between an Asian and African elephant?
Yes. Huge difference. They are completely different species.
This is actually a little morbid, but many, many years from now, when you're 100 years old,
I won't be 100 years old.
well, we should pre-record a video that gets released after you pass away, and it's called One More.
One more thing. Oh, yeah. By the way, before I go,
Yeah.
so I'm going to do another layer over the tops of these shadow shapes. You can see I'm keeping them very loose because the grasses that I'm going to paint over the top are going to kind of pull it all together. The key now is to find brighter areas that I can exploit here and kind of play with those shapes, those.
I also know some people might be joining us late and they might be participating in Inktober. Well, we've created our own officially unofficial prompt list along with Tim Hodge to go along with his new course that's out. I'll post a link in the comments, but you can get it. And we're also putting it up on screen here. Just some fun prompts for each day of the month. We'd love to see what you post. And if you do, use hashtag Cattober.
Was that Tim that came up with the prompt list?
He and I worked on it together, but it was mostly Tim, yes.
Oh, that's cool.
The little idea I had, I said, we're doing your course for Inktober, so maybe we should do our own prompt list. And he came up with it, and then we we tweaked it a little, and it's been fun.
Did you tweak it or ink it? So you can see once we get these shapes in here, I can go in with some of these brighter grasses here and just kind of work over them, and it creates depth. Key also is to vary up my color.
I just realized when I've been posting links, the Facebook links aren't posting for some reason. So if you're watching on Facebook, I apologize that the links haven't been coming through. Not sure why that would be.
That's weird. Excuse me.
I'll do it manually.
Do it live. Slowly working my way down. What are we in? We're 2.5 hours in.
Yeah,
Not too bad for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, not bad at all.
I was afraid this was going to turn into a 5-hour ordeal.
I'm too hungry for that. Actually, my stomach did just growl. I'm like, oh. That wasn't a joke. Let's wrap it up, people. Let's wrap it up.
Stomach being like, "Feed me."
Looks good. Just sign it. We're good.
Chris Sam says, why not 6 hours?
Because I've got so many things to look forward to after this week, like cleaning the garage.
Oh, speaking of things to look forward to this weekend, we got another baseball game. My son Rivers, he got the game ball last night. We
Hey.
won. We played our game and we won 9-2, the Cardinals.
Nice.
And yeah, Rivers went 2 for 2 and scored 2 runs.
Nice.
Nice. Two for
All
two.
excited.
Hey, Florian Hopton says, hello, Aaron, Nick, Dustin, and everyone.
Hello.
Hey, Florian.
Some kids get the game ball and they play it cool, like, oh yeah, cool. Not Rivers. He turns into like Buddy from like I got the game ball. Sassy.
I know him. I know him. It's like that level of energetic.
Yep.
That's awesome. But at that age, see, he's going to remember that.
Yeah. And it's crazy now from, like I said, from when I was a kid growing up, how much things have changed. And people watching this might be old school, but now they've got they've got this whole app called Game Changers.
Yeah.
And all these little league games are live streamed, and it's got official stats, and it keeps the freaking like just like you're watching a pro game. Like you can
Someone
have,
will be betting on it anytime
well,
soon.
you can send the link to family members and all that stuff, and it's got the score up in the upper left with the graphics and who's on base and all that, and it's like all real time. It's wild. And then what's really cool though about it is all that stuff stays there. So like you can go back and rewatch the game whenever you want. I just had no idea that that really existed.
What's your favorite Elvis song?
Caught in a trap. I don't know.
I think mine has
I
to
was
be.
never a big Elvis fan.
Mine's Moonlight Swim from the film Blue Hawaii.
Yeah, you were more of an Elvis fan than me.
I think it'd have to be for me.
I think I got that from
Jailhouse Rock.
Yeah,
Classic.
classic. Yeah, your mother was a big Elvis fan. She
Yeah. I remember I got her a vintage Elvis doll for her birthday one year. Still in the package and everything. She never.
No.
She kept it boxed, and kept it in a high corner so the cats couldn't get to it.
I like the specificity. What?
Specificity?
Specificity. What?
Specificity?
Of the so the cats couldn't get to it.
I always figured that's why it was all the way up there.
Yeah.
Because she always placed that Elvis doll on a really high shelf somewhere. We did have quite a few cats back in that day.
Why this is coming out? We're getting there.
There's actually I think they played here in Orlando. They were playing in England when we were in England, Aaron, because we wanted to go see him. But that's when you and
The
Steve
yellow
both felt
bananas or whatever.
Elvana. It's a Nirvana cover band with with an Elvis impersonator as the lead singer.
Oh.
So it's like
Well, you ever heard of Dred Zeppelin?
I vaguely, but
Dred
I've never.
Zeppelin is Led Zeppelin songs done in reggae style by an Elvis impersonator.
That's awesome.
What?
Yeah. So the key is make sure you put those little dark shapes in there, the shadow shapes, negative shapes, and then you can go in with your lighter values and it builds depth in the grass. I'm going to work this way for a little bit.
Oh, Alexa says I almost forgot. It's Fat Bear Week. Is it? Is it already Fat Bear Week?
Fat Bear Week.
Yeah, it's the it's up in the national park in Alaska where the bears are.
Oh, were the coming in for salmon?
Yes, they come in for salmon and they get really big, and It's the Brooks River and all that, and or Brooks Falls, and basically people bet on which one's going to gain the most wheat.
Oh, gotcha. I
But
thought you were talking about all my hefty, big gay men friends that
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
at Disney.
That happens too.
I love going to my little salmon cam for Brooks Falls. It is that time of year, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if anybody's never done it, you can go to explore.org, and they have live cams from Brooks Falls and some other regions where the grizzlies are, and you can see them catching salmon. Aaron will often go there and draw.
Yep.
Draw from the streams.
Just draw right from it. Okay, so now I'm going to create another layer on top. Set it to multiply. And once again, I'm going to darken that foreground. Unifies it a little bit. And then right over that, I'm going to set that to overlay. And I'm going to go to a brighter color. I'm just going to kind of hit that. See if that's too much. Feels pretty good. Pull back on that just a touch. Knock the opacity back. There we go. And now I want to go in with one more thing. I'm just going to go in and hit some, whoops, wrong brush.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the Facebook chat either anymore, Dustin. Are you still monitoring Facebook?
Yes, I am still monitoring. Just a little quiet.
Well, that's fine. I'm just letting people know that are commenting there that I'm not ignoring. It seems to have disconnected the chat, how I normally connect to it.
I'm just hitting some extra bright.
A bunch of malarkey, if you ask me.
Malarkey.
I actually got a question from Facebook. Does your lifetime membership come in payment installments? I remember seeing something about it somewhere, but can't seem to find it now.
Yes. So if you go to the lifetime membership page, right there where the product is, there is a link that says it's a gray button below the green button, and it says buy now, pay later. And that's regionally available. So it's not basically it's through PayPal, and we've got a couple other people as well. So your mileage might vary. So it's based on where you're at. If you're in the USA and Canada, then you should for sure get it. A lot of countries in Europe are available for it. but that's just because we don't control that side of things, so it's just not available everywhere. But if you go to the lifetime membership product page, you should see a gray button.
I just got a streaming membership on Creature Art, and it's awesome. I recently saw Fantasia for the first time, and it blew me away. Aaron, what's your favorite Fantasia sequence from the original or 2000? Did you get any chance to animate on Fantasia 2000?
No, I didn't animate on Fantasia 2000. I wish I could have. The Britchie brothers, the one with the volcano and the spring, the little spring. What's it called?
Oh, I know the one
Birds
you're
of
talking
Spring.
about. It's like that forest.
Oh my
forest goddess,
gosh, it
or-
was so beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
with the elk,
Yeah.
the stag.
Yeah, I love that one. The other one I really like is it was a cityscape. It was in the art style is based on
Oh, that was Eric Goldberg with the flamingos and everything.
No, not the flamingo. It was
Oh, but that was all. But I know, yeah,
the city.
Gershwin. It was Gershwin,
Gershwin. Yeah.
and that one.
Eric did the Rhapsody in Blue one. Is
Yes,
what he did. I don't know. He might have worked on more than that, but
he did that one as well.
Rhapsody in Blue, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one.
he
Yeah,
directed
'cause
that.
that one's the one in the cityscape and all
Yeah,
that.
they're all done in kind of a Hirschfeld style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just out of the blue, popped in my head was I always forget that in Fantasia 2000 there's the Noah's Ark, but it's Donald Duck
Oh
acting
yeah,
as Noah.
The Firebird sequences.
Firebird. Thank you. That's
Yeah,
the
Firebird.
Firebird suite.
Yeah.
That's the one that I like so much.
Tyler L says Chernobog is my favorite,
Oh, from the original.
Well,
man.
and
Tell them what you got, Nick.
I've got an original drawing from that.
Yeah.
A Bill Teitler drawing.
and Erica Bay says the flamingo one is amazing. The flamingo with the yo-yos.
Yeah.
I got a couple of
That's a good one,
animation
too.
drawings I'll have to bring in one day and do a little show and tell. Nothing like what you've got. but I
You
got
should. No, actually, I don't have. I mean, I've got my own stuff, but that doesn't count.
You've got some Glen Keanes and stuff.
I do,
Right?
yeah.
And you've got you've shown your Sleeping Beauty one before.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got that.
I made Tyler L super jealous with your thing.
And
And,
I've got
The Bill Teitler.
I've got a Glen Keane from Tarzan.
nice.
And I've got a Bancroft Pocahontas one, I think.
CMC says my kids love the dinosaur scene in Fantasia.
Oh yeah, yep.
That's a good one too.
I like when kids are into Fantasia because some kids it holds their attention and some kids it doesn't. You know.
Yeah.
You know what movie Rivers watches again and again and loves it?
What's that?
Yellow Submarine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know,
That's really
I
funny.
never watched that. I've never seen it. I need to see that.
Yeah, I never saw it when I was a kid, so I watched it with him one day. I was like, this movie's weird.
Well, the first animator, Mark Hausler, the first animator I ever worked with or worked for, outside of Glenn, he that was his first film he worked on.
That's cool.
Oh,
It's
wow.
a cool movie. I mean, it's got a neat look to it and style,
Yeah.
but it's definitely it's just
It's strange.
it's strange, but he loves it. He loves the music first of all, but like he's watched it a bunch of times. Like it's like a comfort movie.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the one time I tried to I karaoke to that song.
We all live in a
Yeah.
yellow submarine.
Yeah, and you know, in the chorus part, everyone singing "We all live." I was expecting at least somebody to join along. Nobody did.
That's
A
funny because
packed bar and not a single other person sang along to him.
that's
It's like,
funny because I was just gonna say, oh, I bet you that's a crowd pleaser, like it because it's got a big yeah.
Yeah, you think it would be like it's like the perfect bar song, but no.
Oh, that's funny though.
Hilarious.
But then again, like a lot of the folks at the bar were all college kids.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Too cool for the Beatles, man.
Who?
Or just the college.
Who?
No, no, that's
Oh,
not.
Who. Yeah. No, not the Who. The Beatles.
I get a lot of people love whenever I did Smash Mouth's All Star.
Oh yeah.
Like that always grabs everyone's attention. But as soon as I try the Beatles,
Oh.
yeah.
I mean, it is a slower song, so I can see it. But I would think the chorus would get people. But no.
All right. I think we're
I'd
there.
like
Pretty
to
close.
be under the sea. That's Octopus's Garden.
In
Octopus's
the town
Garden.
where I was born, lived a man.
Oh, that didn't sound good.
Who sailed to sea.
We just got demonetized for singing the Beatles.
All right.
Twitch comment, lifetime membership. I just pushed the button. Thank you for offering that.
Hey, thank you.
Julie says, now is the time for the one more thing.
Yep, I'm pretty much there. Just putting on finishing details here.
The final details.
Yeah. Getting
Watch
some
out, doesn't
saturated
pay
color in there.
royalties.
We didn't actually get demonetized. Someone was concerned. I was
No, we're-
joking.
We're good.
Well, there you go. There's all of our. That's how you do scrub. There's a bunch of scrub, bunch of plants. I love doing this kind of thing.
And normally I would say, oh, you did the classic artist, I don't want to draw the feet, so I just hid them thing. But in the reference, you can't see the feet.
Oh,
Yeah. In fact, you want to pull up the original reference?
yeah.
Do a little comparison.
Yes, Dustin, I will show your photo.
Show it.
Like super tiny.
Big and microscopic. Like, there it is. Can you see it? Too
Very
bad.
nice.
So there's the photo. There's mine. So you can see I pushed the orange. I wanted to get him to pop a little bit more. I pushed the shadows a bit more on the grasses. Kind of made the grasses my own. But there you go. Just got to sign it.
I was gonna say you got to sign it and save it.
One more thing.
Saved it?
Just got to sign it. That was the one more thing.
Have you saved this?
No, I haven't. Let's see.
So once again, this image is going to be made available as a signed and numbered print. If you go to creatureartteacher.com/prints, PRINTS, you will see an image right at the top that says hurricane relief image. And right now that's a placeholder because it's going to be this print that you get. So, a portion, I'm sorry, 100% of the profits of this print will be going to helping those that were impacted by Hurricane Helene.
This is called Leopard Helene, and it's in live stream images.
All right, I'll grab that later. We'll be printing those up this weekend and signing them and be shipping them out. Go to creatureartteacher.com/prints. And if while you're there, pick up a lifetime membership or an annual membership or any individual course, just a la carte. We've got 4 courses right now that are just $1 each. Portions of those proceeds all weekend long will also be donated to help those impacted by the hurricane. And if you were impacted by the hurricane,
We're
our heart
hoping
goes
this is
out
going to
to you.
help.
Our heart goes out to you. We hope we are able to help, and we hope that you find some relief very soon. I know I have family that were directly impacted and had to evacuate, and we know many people are in a rough spot. So thank you so much for watching today. Do we have more to go over? Are you still drawing?
No, I'm pretty much there.
Look at that.
It looks beautiful. Pan and zoom and pan or whatever.
Yeah. Get rid of me, Dustin. There you go. Yeah, so it's a little bit hot on the image. It's not quite that hot.
Yeah, it looks a little oversaturated on the live stream, so when you get it, the colors are a little more muted, a little more earth tone. We'll post it on social media so you get a better sense of it, and then I'll be updating the actual print itself, so you'll see the real image at the print's URL.
Yeah, I wonder if we have a filter applied to that.
There is a filter, but it's actually applied to make it more accurate. When it's off, it's even worse. So
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe we might need to do some more tweaking on it.
Yeah, we definitely do. Well, you want to wrap it, Aaron? Or?
Let's wrap it. So thanks a lot, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Whoops. I hope you enjoyed today. I certainly did, and we did some good. So keep in mind, if you're over in the Armenia area, I'm going to be there in a couple of weeks. I will be there from the 14th. I'll be there on the 15th. The 15th through, no, 17th. 17th, sorry.
You fly on the 17th.
Yeah, I'll be there on the 17th through the 24th. And then we'll be back here again next month. We'll be back doing our live streams. And we'll be doing our membership streams as well very soon. We'll be back to that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I certainly did. And I can't wait to see you again.
Yep. And remember, head on over to creatureartteacher.com. We've got 4 courses for just $1 each. Dustin, you got the slide for that. Head on over. Anything you purchase this weekend is going to go towards a good cause. I want to end on the ad when we roll out, just so you know.
Yeah.
But thank you, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.
See ya.
Yeah,
Put some beauty back in the world, right, Aaron?
Thank you. Yes, put some beauty back into the world.
And put your shopping cart away.
Put your shopping cart away. We'll talk to you later, guys. Thank you.
Go baby Bob.
Hey everybody, Aaron Blaise here, and we are always trying to find ways to make our courses more affordable for you guys. And last year we took 2 of our most popular courses, my Character Design with Aaron Blaise and How to Draw Human Anatomy, and we made those just $1. Well, I'm very happy to let you know that we're bringing those courses back and we're dropping them back down to $1 again. Now, those courses together include over 25 hours of art education videos for just $1 each. Plus, we have 2 more class deals launching today. Getting started with Procreate Dreams is back down to $1. And now, for the first time ever, you can also get my extremely popular Acting for Animation course for just $1. Now, in my Acting for Animation course, it includes acting and emotion, broad action, subtle acting and performances, pantomime, animating to dialogue, creating strong poses and key frames, developing well-rounded characters, straight ahead versus pose-to-pose animation, breaking down a shot for maximum impact, acting and animation exercises, plus much more. You'll also get bonus material, including original animation files and character concept and art development sketches. Also, I want to remind you that our lifetime membership plan is nearly 90% sold out, and our animation mega bundle is over 90% of the way towards unlocking its next course. So don't miss any of these great chances to learn, because they won't last forever. And remember, like I always say, go on out there, put some beauty back into the world, and I'll talk to you next time.